Just before we get into today's review, I started reading this again today, so I'm back on that grind now, and I'm gonna actually I'm gonna watch these movies today and do the reviews, but I won't have them uploaded till tomorrow, and I'm gonna watch the unrated version of this film, because I think that'd probably be a much better review of it. I have seen it before, so at least I kind of know some of the characters' names. So today's review, before I do that, let's roll the intro and then get into the review. So today's review of, my god, can I talk? Sorry guys. So today's review was of Doom with Karl Urban and The Rock. Before he was, and his name has changed so many times, I just wanted to say this on movies. It started out when he first started out acting, so I believe this was probably one of his first movies. I know it wasn't his first because I believe Walking Tall and a couple other movies were before this one. But yeah, his name has changed quite a bit in the years that he's been acting. It's been The Rock, and then it's been Dwayne The Rock Johnson, and now it's just Dwayne Johnson because I think he's entirely done with wrestling. I mean, he goes back once in a while, but not enough to say that he's still like in the business of wrestling. But I mean, he's always been acting. I've never been disappointed by his acting. I'm looking forward to his new movie Skyscraper, so I'm probably going to go see that in theaters, or maybe I can wait. I'm not really sure. I'm kind of debating on that one. I know that Black Panther will definitely be one of the movies I go and see in theaters this year, and Infinity War. I'm very excited for that, and Deadpool, and I guess Venom. I just saw a thing for Venom the other day. Tom Hardy's playing Venom, so he's always done a good job in movies, so I'm really crossing my fingers that he can actually do a good job on my favorite villain from the Marvel universe. So anyway, without further ado, let's get into this movie. This was a different take on the movie, I would say, that's for sure. The creatures didn't come from hell, so it wasn't like a hell-earth connected sort of thing. It was actually Mars and Earth. It was connected by this thing called the Ark in the year 2026. And these soldiers from the RRTS, I believe, have to go in and help push back whatever is threatening, and as they're on quarantine on this ark type thing, and they can't let the creatures get, once they discover that there are creatures on the ship, they have to it becomes different, so they ship everybody back to Earth and lock the building down and make sure that nothing gets back to Earth. Unfortunately, one of the creatures does, and they have to, then The Rock's character, the Sarge, decides that everybody has to die. There is nobody who can live. So basically it's a shoot-to-kill mission, and he actually ends up killing one of his own soldiers who doesn't follow his command, and it was his first mission. There's a big, huge battle scene at the end, or fight, I guess I should say, between The Rock, or the Sarge, and John Grimm, which was Karl Urban's character. That fight scene was pretty insane. For this movie, for its time, had really actually fairly good CGI and effects, and I do like the end scene where Karl Urban's, John Grimm's sister gives him the chromosome 24, which was used to mutate people, but she didn't know that. She thought she was just protecting, it was supposed to be an archaeological dig mission on Mars, and she thought that's what she was there to download and protect. But it turns out they were actually doing human experiments. She didn't know at the time, so the company she had been working for was lying to her, and when she finds that out, they decide to take the data back to Earth to have it analyzed, I guess. And then this guy Portman, who's with them, kind of gives their position away, I guess, basically, by calling in for reinforcements, even though it wasn't ordered that he do that. The fight scene at the very end between the Sarge and John Grimm was excellent. And I think that John Grimm in this movie, that's the character's name, basically becomes Doom Guy at the end of the movie because he actually goes through the building and it's actually in first person like it would be in a video game, and that scene was very well done, very cool. So he's going around like almost like you would be the video game character, and he's shooting everybody, and it was a very well done scene. And the fight scene at the end between the two of them, The Rock and Karl Urban, was very good as well. The Rock is changing into one of the creatures because he's been infected. He gets dragged away earlier and says to John Grimm that he's not supposed to die, but he ends up dying in the end because John kills him, throws a grenade through the arc, or the portal, and kills him in the end of the movie. So the place that they've traveled through the arc to is Old Divide Research Station. That's the name of it. Sorry, I'm just reading this here a little bit. So this was supposed to be based on the video game, but they took a different spin on it, I would say. And that's basically it. My other favorite scene would have been when Destroyer fought the big, huge creature that they actually show later on in the movie being mutated. I guess they were basically creating like super soldiers, but they were genetically enhancing them to become these creatures and mutating them, even though that wasn't supposed to be part of their mission, right? So yeah, there's a big scene where he fights him in the I guess it's basically a jail cell because the walls are electrified or whatever, so it's like a holding station, I believe that's what they called it, for prisoners. So they couldn't get out. So Destroyer, who's this big, huge dude on the team of Marines, fights one of the giant creatures, or I guess they're actually people who have mutated into these creatures, right? And he ends up getting killed, but it was a really good fight scene. He's swinging this computer around his head and smacking the creature, and yeah, that was another really well done scene. I like how they, in the start of the movie, they don't give too much away on what's happening. You can just hear the screams and the creature, but you don't really know if it's a creature or like a person. There is like a tail that comes down and drags one of the people away, but it's not like a spoiler or anything. It doesn't give too much away, which I like. So that's good. Also, guys, go check out my new polls. I have a whole bunch of movies up over on my Instagram account, and in my video that's coming up, I have 2 other Instagram accounts tagged below because I did a shoot with them on Wednesday morning. Yeah, I guess today's Thursday now. So I did a shoot with them Wednesday morning, so go check their Instagram accounts out as well, because they have pictures up of the shoot, I do believe now, or they should anyway. So go give their Instagram accounts a check out as well. And I think that's pretty much it for this review. I would definitely give this movie a 5 out of 5. It was really well done for its time. I'd actually like to see a remake of this movie. Definitely not with the same cast, different cast. But yeah, I would definitely like to see, seeing as there's been a new game released, I guess it's been a couple years now. I still do want to grab that game up and play it because I've actually watched the whole walkthrough on a channel on YouTube, the Rad Brad, if you've ever heard of him. He does a really good job. He's a really fantastic YouTube creator, and I've been watching his stuff for, 5 years now, ever since I basically started on YouTube myself. He's kind of one of the guys that really pushed me to put out gaming content when I first started, and also Optic Gaming did that too. But I mean, the gaming community is still really huge, obviously, because video game movies come out all the time. But like the YouTube gaming community seems to be kind of dying off, and it seems to be more about vlogs and DIYs now. You don't really see that much gaming content anymore, which is sad because yeah, a lot of those guys still do the professional gaming. They just don't post it anymore. So I would say that's pretty much the entire story. Definitely go give this movie a watch if you haven't seen it, because at the time it came out, and it's been, what, 10, this came out in 2005, so 10, 11, 12, 13, it's been 13 years since this movie came out, and I would say it's probably still stands out to compared to some movies today, even sometimes the CGI in some of the new movies suck compared to some of the old ones, I think, depending on the movie and depending on who directed it, and depending on who does the special effects and stuff, right? That makes a huge difference. But this is the unrated version, so if you're looking for Doom, definitely go get the unrated version, because it is probably, unrated versions are usually much better than just the theatrical, or even if you can find an extended cut or something, definitely go get that. I don't think there's anything like really special inside the cover, but this is what the movie looks like on the inside. Sometimes I like to show this just to kind of so you guys can get a little bit of a glimpse. But I think I said this in the intro, but I'm going to do these two today and then get the reviews posted for tomorrow. And go check out my other polls on Instagram, please, and give me a follow. Also, like, comment, subscribe to this video. And if you want to, share this video to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, friends, family, whatever. I'm trying to get this channel blow up. I had 11 new subscribers in the month of January, so let's try for 21 new subscribers in February. That's what I'd like to see, just to get this channel start growing, because I'm bringing you guys content every day I possibly can, and every day if I can, and it means a lot when you guys subscribe, like, comment, even rate the movies below. Give me your thoughts on the movie if you've seen it, or if these reviews help, and these actually make you interested in the movie to go research it, because I know that I don't know everything about the movie, especially if I've only seen it once, right? It's hard to remember every little detail, and sometimes I might have to watch it a second or third time, and to really catch everything, and see, and sometimes you miss stuff, right? So much support. If you follow me on Instagram and you have a YouTube channel and you want me to subscribe it, just shoot me a message, and I'll do a sub for sub. I've done that before with people, and it seems to work out great, because then I get to watch their content, and I've loved their content so far, and they get to watch mine, and I hope they love mine as well, because I try to bring the best videos I can to you guys every day. So thank you very much, and I will see you guys again tomorrow with a review of The Crazies and The Last House on the Left. Thank you. Bye-bye.